When evaluating potential hires for your small business, it's essential you look beyond resumes. Sure, a candidate may appear impressive on paper, but understanding the person is crucial. LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, provides a complete view of your candidate's skills, experiences, and interests. With LinkedIn's up-to-date data, you can be confident that you really know who you're hiring. Post your free job at linkedin.com/Pandora. That's linkedin.com/Pandora. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 190 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com. That's GoFundMe.com to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
Welcome to another episode of Fringe
Beyond Limits. Every episode, man.
Yeah.
Never fails. Deep
It's
sigh.
deep sigh. It's like, it's a way for me to prepare myself to put up with you two for the next maybe hour, but it feels like days.
That's hate speech.
It, according to some people, that would be hate speech.
Yeah. I'm offended. How could you?
I know. I'm sorry
You hurt
for
my feelings.
Well,
So
listen,
rude. I'm going to go cry in a corner.
All right, good. Go. I'm not going to bother stopping you. So I would like to start off because I don't think we've recorded for a couple weeks that we have actually not been in this makeshift studio spare bedroom of mine or exercise room that nobody exercises in. But I do want to hope that everyone affected by the floods and the hurricanes are doing better.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It was rough seeing a lot of those photos and video of just towns disappearing.
Yeah.
So I hate the thoughts and prayers. So good vibes. Donate where you can. I think I donated like $20 to like whatever. Like I just see it on
just
Facebook.
Some guy on the side of the street.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, hey, collecting for the flood. I'm like, oh, here you go.
Where's my tax document?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll see something that somebody else posted. I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that, and I'll just do it. And I don't remember what it's for, but I remember it was for people in the flood. I have some colleagues in Tennessee, and she was trapped in her house.
Yeah.
They had a curfew, like they couldn't get out. Like she showed me a picture of her bridge that gets into town, dude, just washed away.
Just no bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she sent me a picture of her Sam's Club. I mean, just empty. Just empty.
The shelves, not the parking lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
My question is, was there no toilet paper left?
No, there wasn't.
Oh.
No, it was just like.
That's why you go to Sam's and Costco.
Toilet paper's supposed to go.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, they weren't supposed to get flooded. Remember that.
I'm just saying, you should always have a Costco or Sam's Club size
Always.
A roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Cases of water.
You know what I did during the pandemic when they were going through that whole toilet paper thing?
Yeah.
I put a 6-pack of toilet paper in my garage on the shelf facing out, just that's a power move for my neighbors.
Yeah,
be like,
you're just flexing on your neighbors.
100%. Be like, bitches, I got toilet paper. What do you got?
You're going to be the first house to get robbed, and they're going to just steal your
dogs.
TV.
Not with these dogs.
No, they would actually greet the people.
Yeah, but the way they go ape shit at first, they're going to get scared off.
True.
They're going to get scared off unless they're brave enough to come in. They're going to get scared off. So.
Or if your dogs aren't paying attention, because there's a couple times when I walked in the house and they didn't realize I was in the house.
Oh,
so.
I know. They're fucking idiots.
Oh shoot, someone's here.
I know.
Dad's gonna be so mad at me.
Woof, woof. So that was dog speech for oh shit. So yeah, I just wanted to pay a little tribute and send some good vibes to people affected by all the water.
It's pretty wild down there. Yeah, I had a friend who they just had a newborn baby, and the hurricane hit like a couple days later. Obviously, and they're in North Carolina, and they had no water, no electricity. So fortunately, they were able to get out maybe about a week ago, and they have family still up here, so they were able to find refuge. But like a child, like a week old, no power, no water. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how like people in like the 1700s did it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, like that's just crazy.
There goes Aunt Sally just floating down the river.
Yeah, right. Bye.
Guess she'll get a letter from Louisiana when she shows up.
Right. All right. Next week we'll hold a seance, see if we can connect with her. Oh, we can't? Oh, she's still alive then.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's good. We can all laugh about it. Yeah. Death and seances and, damage and all of the above.
It's a circle of life.
And missing toilet paper.
Dude, flex. Dude, you know what else I did? I would wear like a hoodie, and where the bicep is, I would put a roll of toilet paper in each side and just flex, like for real flex.
You're a dork.
Why does that not surprise me?
No, I did not do that, but I just thought of that as we were talking about.
Like I can actually see you doing that.
Yeah, flexing with toilet paper.
You're one of those guys like, look at my 6-pack, and you have a 6-pack of like beer on tape to your stomach.
Yes. So funny story. Our really good friends Dave and Karen, not Bellhead, Dave and Karen, but are my other friends. Oh. Funny enough, also Dave and Karen. When we first met them, we met them at a mutual friend's house playing. Oh, we were playing. What was that board game that had that? It was. There was like Play-Doh involved, and then there was drama.
Cranium.
Cranium, yes, yeah. Cranium. All right, we were playing Cranium, and it was 3 couples, and it was boys versus girls. The boys were beating the shit out of them. All right, and Karen, never met before, was sitting next to me, and the person whose house we're at, Ryan, he was a liquor distributor, so he would have these gatherings because wine would start going bad, and we're like, we have to drink all the wine before it goes bad. So like it was literally 6 of us, maybe 15 bottles of wine, because he just kept pouring.
Yeah,
and so we were feeling really good. Karen was maybe a little over the limit, but she's like, "Oh my God, you're so funny!" And she would punch me in the arm, and like hard. Like it wasn't like it was hard, and it was in the same spot. So like 3 hours of this. I'm looking at her husband. I'm like, dude, are you going to put your wife in line, or am I going to have to slap her? I mean, what's going on here? Joking. But, like it was like, so that was that night we met him. Like a month later, the same couple had Molly and Ryan. They had a New Year's Eve party. So we all get invited. And so before Karen and Dave showed up, Molly and I ran upstairs and put those little pillows, like for like the couch, those little square pillows on my arms, and then ace wrapped them.
Oh gosh.
So when Dave and Karen showed up, like, "Hi Karen, I'm ready." So that was a fun time.
How did we get here?
I have no idea.
We're talking about toilet paper.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, all right. I think we do things that keep you up at night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first this week, ladies?
Mine's short. Like it's just so
All
this
right,
week.
so is mine.
Mine is too.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Well,
Sometimes you
I
have a
wasn't-
backstory. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about my topic.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go.
But no, this week, so I know I told you before that my TV turned on by itself. This week, my lights turned on at midnight by themselves.
Wow.
And JT's like, again, turn them off. Just go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like the lights just turned on, midnight on the dot.
On the dot.
On the dot.
You're usually sleeping way before that, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what were you doing up at midnight?
I wasn't. I
Oh,
was
you were-
sleeping.
Oh, the light turned
Yeah,
you?
The light
turned you
on.
The light turned you on?
The light turned me on.
Wow, that's easy.
Yeah.
And then the light woke you up?
Yeah, because I woke up and I'm, you're, flashlight in your eyes. You're like trying to what the heck is going on?
How bright are your bedroom lights?
Oh, so they're those CFL lights, so they warm up or whatever, and they
Okay.
get brighter. But
Gotcha.
so they might have been on for a second, but
Mhm.
I'm a light sleeper
Okay.
by nature, so
Okay.
I don't know. I was just like,
Yeah.
you're not worried about this? He's like, I'm tired. Turn off the light. I'm like,
So so is it a
They-
switch?
it is a button.
It
So
is a-
we have it
Remote?
like a remote,
Yeah.
and there's no light switch that you can hit on the wall to turn it on,
Okay.
but the remotes are always in the drawers.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Huh. That's fun.
Yeah.
We need to go investigate.
Yeah. We need to, yeah. There's a joke here somewhere about your bedroom light and investigating in there, and I can't think of one right now.
You'll
but
think of it
But you know
tomorrow.
that it's somewhere there.
yeah, it's somewhere there. Maybe for next week's episode,
Yeah,
I'll
maybe.
remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a joke there.
Yeah.
So all right, well that would not keep me up at night. I would be the same way. I'd be
Just-
like, just turn it off and just
Still, it woke me up, kept me up for a minute.
yeah. No, I mean I understand why it would.
Yeah.
But I think it's well recorded on this episode, on this podcast, that I don't get scared.
Yeah. I wasn't scared, but
Liar.
No, I wasn't.
No,
I was annoyed because
you peed a little
I was
bit.
having a really good dream, I think.
Oh, were you?
I don't know.
What was his name?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Do names matter?
I mean, beauty is only a light switch away. Like how I tied
Yeah,
that in there.
see,
You
there's
like
your
that?
joke.
There
Yeah,
it
you got
is.
it.
There it is. All right.
Who's next?
Yeah, we're gonna go with Brie.
Okay.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
How many glasses of waiter spit have I unknowingly consumed?
I'm sorry. That was unintelligible. The entire thing.
How many shot glasses worth
Uh-huh.
of waiter spit have I unknowingly
Mm-hmm.
consumed?
Okay. I don't know how many. Like
I don't know. That's what it's
am I
like.
supposed
It
to
makes you
guess?
wonder. Makes
Are
you
we-
wonder.
Are we supposed to guess and,
No.
and tell you?
No.
Do I win a prize? I'll say 6.
But it makes you wonder.
Ding,
Is
ding,
like,
ding, ding.
have any waiters actually spit? If so, how much have you actually consumed that you didn't know about?
Do you think waiters have spit in your drink?
I hope not.
That's
Well,
not
it
what I
doesn't have
asked.
to be drink, but it could be anything.
I would assume no, because I'm always nice to them. But
Okay.
whenever you're around, I have no clue because I'm kind of scared. So maybe when you were there,
No, because I am always nice to our wait staff.
not when you're like, hey, what time do you get off?
Well, yeah, but that's usually after the food came. So
There's a
Are
couple
you going to
times.
walk to your car by yourself?
yeah,
There's a couple
Hello?
times like
Hello.
he'll say something, and then like me and Missy are just like, we're gonna get kicked out.
no,
And then like the waitress, there's a couple times too where they just completely like stop talking to him and they just like deliver our food and like walk away as fast as they can.
no, yeah, I have that effect on most women.
Yeah.
You know, just being me. You know.
Men too.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
men actually a lot more. I think. So
I don't know. As a
Yeah.
person who's spent 10 years as a bartender server, I've
Mhm.
never witnessed anyone haktua in my
Haktua.
on food.
I think you're haktuaing wrong. If that's.
I think about waiters, but I always think about that movie Waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's such a great movie.
Yes.
It's what every server wants to do,
Right.
but hopefully doesn't ever actually
Right.
do.
Oh, you know, there's at least a couple out there that like actually done that.
Yeah, I don't trust Gen Z, so they're probably out there doing it.
I mean, I don't think so.
They probably saw the
I
movie
just-
like, oh, that's a good idea.
No,
Let me
I
do
think
it.
Gen Z just too stupid, and they would just like fuck up their own food.
Huh. They just order
That too.
instant.
Yeah, you know, or they would just like do it to each other, like, you know, I don't know.
Or they have like two glasses and they spit in the one thing they were going to give it to you, but they accidentally give you the other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they give it to themselves.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like swallowing your own spit at that point.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I've swallowed my own spit. Mm-hmm.
Sick. That sounded so gross in my ears.
I hope that doesn't get edited out. Oh, God.
What about you?
All right. Yeah. So what's kept me up is something I've learned about nuclear war.
Oh.
So I was listening to this podcast and they were explaining what would happen if our defense system ever got an alert of a nuclear attack. So I think it's NORAD. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So if they ever picked up a signal of a nuke coming our way,
Mm-hmm.
they have 3 minutes to react. Okay. And what the protocol is to unload every single nuclear warhead back at that country.
So what if there's a follow-up one?
Well, so this is...
Well, no. You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah. So this is why. Is because if there's a nuclear attack, most likely the attack's going to come where our warheads are. So
Like to take out our defense.
Exactly. So the only logical thing to do is to use it before we're unable to use it.
But like, what if two countries gang up? Like, let's just say
it's very
Russia
possible.
shoots one.
Right. And then China.
And then we use all of our arsenal.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
a day later, China throws one.
Right. It's very possible. But here's what really, I know, here's what really messes is that let's say it's not Russia. Let's say it's China, North Korea.
Sure.
Our missiles are set up to fly over the North Pole. Okay, so it doesn't go around, it goes around the top.
Right, that's the shorter.
Right. What country would it have to fly over to get to North Korea or China? Would be Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So Russia would think then that it's an attack on them
Ooh.
from us.
Yeah.
They would then unleash theirs. It would be a whole cyclical...
Whole fallout.
Be like
Yeah.
a chain of events. Because
Right.
what if Canada thought it was them going
Right.
to them? So then they
Right.
send one out.
And you only have 2 or 3 minutes to notify Russia and be like, hey, it's not for you. And number one. Number two, would they even believe it?
Right.
So that is what keeps me up at night.
Jeez.
Interesting.
And then we're all going to end up looking like the oblongs afterwards.
We're all going to be like the mole people in, what's that movie? The Time Travel Chair?
Nope.
It was a book first by
Asking
Orson
the wrong
Welles.
person. Oh. Oh.
I have to Google it now. It was, oh my God. It was, why can't I think of it? The Time Machine. Right? Is that what it was called?
I don't know.
Gosh, you guys need to start doing more movies.
Is it a movie that came out in 1960
I don't,
or 2002?
2002, I think.
Because there's the 13 chairs.
I think it's the Time Machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does not look familiar.
No, it was a book, and then I guess it was a movie, and then it was remade into another movie, or just redone.
Anyway, what about that movie you were going to elaborate on?
They're like mole people.
Oh, mole people.
Yeah. So like the guy is in a chair and he goes so far into the future after like a nuclear war and finds this utopian civilization, but they're actually only being harvested as food for the mole people that
they're
live
kinda creepy
underground. Yeah. So now that I've talked about stuff that I have no idea what I'm talking about, what are we not talking about today?
The real story of Columbus Day, or like the actual history of Columbus Day.
The actual history of Columbus Day.
Not the wishy-washy.
Whitewashy.
Those white people.
Oh.
Whitey, wishy.
Yeah, this is why I don't like white people.
Why?
And you married one.
I married one. I did. How dare she be white in my presence?
She be white. And she wait.
I'm just, and she is.
Yeah.
You can like.
She's just like me. She wait.
Yeah, you can see like veins and arteries.
Can't be out for like 2 minutes and we burn.
Yeah, like she is from another planet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then you got our other two siblings that can go outside and tan in 2 minutes.
No, your siblings burn.
No, Carrie and Dustin, they tan pretty quickly.
They tan, but they burn.
They burn, but they tan quicker than me and Missy.
Oh yeah, I'm not. But your brother and I went on a fishing trip in Wisconsin for the weekend, and he was like, "Oh, I don't burn." I go, "Dude, you're gonna burn. We're on
He's
water."
not that smart either.
No, he's not. He's not. Love him.
Just saying.
Yeah, love him, but no, he's not. And he burnt like a motherfucker, like a lobster. The next day, he was red like a lobster. And I look at him and go, "You see the difference between you and me? I don't burn."
Yeah, he didn't think he needed sunscreen.
No, he's an idiot. So anyway, I don't know how we got here, but so this is like the ADD episode, I guess. All right. So the dark history of Columbus Day, a legacy
Of lies.
liar.
Boom, boom, boom.
So imagine a world without Columbus Day, a world where history isn't painted in rosy hues of exploration and discovery, but in the stark realities of genocide, enslavement, and cultural annihilation. In this episode, we'll peel back the layers of myth and legend surrounding Christopher Columbus, the man often celebrated as a hero of the New World. But beneath the gilded statue and the festive parades lies a darker truth, a legacy of suffering and injustice that continues to reverberate through the centuries. It's time to rewrite the history books and celebrate the true heroes of the Americas, the indigenous peoples who have endured centuries of oppression and continue to fight for their rights to party. No, I'm just sorry. That doesn't say that. But for their rights and their culture. So, before we get started, how old were you guys before you guys found out the real quote-unquote history of Columbus?
I was in college. I don't know exactly what year it was, but it was college.
Okay. Well, you went to college for like 10 years, right?
No, I didn't.
You took, yeah.
I went to college for 4 years.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, no, you got a 4-year degree in 10 years.
No.
Listen, dummy.
No.
You were like Tommy Boy.
No.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. Sorry, go ahead. So you were in college?
Yeah, my sociology teacher was talking about it. It was either my freshman or sophomore year in college.
Okay.
And she also talked about like other stuff, like history that we learn, but there's actually a dark truth to them that they don't tell us in school books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was post-college, to be quite honest. I don't think my school actually, like post-high school education actually even talked about it. So I want to venture, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like late 20s.
Yeah. I was probably in my, I want to say early 30s. So we pretty much learned them, I want to say, at the same
Sounds
time,
about it, yeah.
just because of our different ages here, where I'm the old man.
I'm the youngin.
You are, but aren't you both same generation?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
But you guys are pretty wide gap between your ages, right?
Yeah, because, well, I'm that cusper. What are they called as geriatric millennials or something like that?
You act like one.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So
Like-
you're on the one end and I'm on the other end.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's attributes that I maybe are more Gen X
Yeah.
similar to, and then there's other millennial characteristics, quote unquote, that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like the mediator for Bree and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I
Perfect.
feel like I'm at home. Just with my mom and my sister just playing mediator.
Yeah, there you go. All right, yeah. So how did you guys feel when you learned about the real story? Like, how did that make you feel?
I honestly felt like I was lied to. Like, you believed one thing the whole entire time, and then you learned what exactly happened, and you're just like, why are we celebrating this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of the whole, to your point, Brie, it's like, okay, you learn about Santa and the Easter Bunny, and you have the rug pulled out from underneath you from when you're a kid, and it's like, it kind of sets you on this path forward of what else have I been lied to about?
What about the Easter Bunny and Santa?
That the Easter Bunny doesn't actually lay eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, she does. They're chocolate eggs.
Oh.
It follows the crucifixion of Jesus to a point.
Yes.
I mean, when at the Last Supper, Jesus
There's
told
chocolate
his,
eggs?
Yeah, Jesus told his disciples, listen, take this rabbit and these chocolate eggs and go hide them. Because when I come back from the death, right? Or when
3
I'm
days
resurrected, I'm going to be hungry.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat chocolate. So yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's in the Bible. Leviticus 4-26 through 52.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's start off with the whitewashed history most of us were taught in school. Columbus was born sometime between August 25th and October 31st. That's fucking awesome.
That's like a long, like...
Yeah, that's great. He was born sometime
Somewhere.
in the 14 to 1500s.
Hey, that's pretty accurate because like Italians didn't keep
Oh, no.
records. Like even my grandparents are like, well, not my great grandparents.
Yeah.
They don't know their actual date of birth, so they just kind of picked one.
Really?
Yeah,
Were they illiterate?
probably. They grew up in the mountains and sheep herders and farmers.
Not
and stuff.
just sheep herders.
Shush.
Yeah, that's right. Scotland got that from somewhere.
From Italy?
Sheep shaggers, yes. Yeah, they migrated from Italy.
Italians taught them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Lonely in them. Their mountains.
It is. It is. Do you know why you always do that up by a cliff?
No.
Because the sheep push back harder.
Jeebus. Can we?
Sorry. So he was born between August 25th and October 31st in 1451 in Genoa, Italy. He was an explorer and navigator from the Republic of Genoa who completed 4 Spanish-based voyages across the Atlantic Ocean. Largely self-educated, Columbus was knowledgeable in geography, astronomy, and history. He developed a plan to seek a western sea passage to the East Indies, hoping to profit from the lucrative spice trade. Sponsored by Queen Isabella I and King Ferdinand II, he left Castile, Spain, in August 1492 with 3 ships and made landfall in the Bahamas on the 12th of October, thus ending what would later be known as the pre-Columbian era. I always thought that was like the country Columbia.
Oh.
Not like Colombian as in Columbus.
No.
Same.
This fella gets a lot of cred.
He then visited the islands of what is now known as Cuba and Haiti and established colonies. Columbus returned to Castile in early 1493. Columbus made 3 further voyages to the Americas, exploring the Lesser Antilles in 1493, Trinidad and the northern coast of South America in 1498, and the east coast of Central America in 1502, establishing colonies at each of these stops. He gave the name Indios, Indians, to all the indigenous people he encountered, believing he had in fact reached India and the Far East. The extent to which he was aware the Americas were a wholly separate landmass is uncertain, but he never clearly renounced his belief that he had discovered a route to reach the East Indies. Isn't that crazy that he lands on these 2 continents and goes, oh, this is India, right?
Yeah.
And the people are like, no, it's not. It's like, no, this is India, right? And they're like, no, this is like a completely, totally different place.
Sorry,
altogether.
man, you're lost.
Yeah, no, this is not. He goes, wait, you're not Indians? No,
Well,
no.
I'm just going to call you Indians anyway.
No, we're not. Are you sure? Yeah, no.
You're
no.
pulling my leg.
Yeah, no, this is the Americas. This is the Americas. Wait, you're Indians. And then for 500 more years, we still call them Indians.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
So
One thing that like I never understood with all of this, why did the United States celebrate this when he didn't go to the United States? That's what I never understood.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think it just has to do with European pride and, like we mentioned, a whitewashing of history.
True. I don't know. That's always just mind baffled me. Like,
well,
I
that's
was just
a
like,
good question to ask. Because
It mind baffles you?
yeah, mind
Okay.
baffles.
Okay. That's
well, that's a really great segue because actually,
yeah,
what we have here is how the holiday was born.
how the holiday was born.
Yeah.
So the birth of the holiday. In 1792, 300 years later,
Mm-hmm.
The first recorded celebration of Columbus Day in the United States was on October 12th, 1792, to commemorate the 300th anniversary of Christopher Columbus's landing in the New World by the New York Society of St. Tammany, also known as the Columbian Order. Oh, that sounds creepy.
Right?
Yep.
President Benjamin Harrison issued a proclamation to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Columbus's voyage. The proclamation was issued in response to the lynching of 11 Italian immigrants in New Orleans, Louisiana, and to ease tensions between the United States and Italy.
And that was 1892.
And that was also the largest ever mass lynching in the United States, was 11 Italians.
Is that true?
That is true.
Wow.
Yeah. There was many more African Americans that were lynched,
Yeah,
but as a whole, as a whole, that is the largest. Yeah, what's up?
What does lynching mean?
Let's look up the definition because I know what it is.
You just don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, well, and then I also want to get it
Like
correct.
you were just talking like you knew what it was.
Yes.
Now you're looking it up.
So, all right, let's look at. I want to know exactly what they did. So it's a.
Ooh, okay. I just looked it up.
Did you? All right.
It's a public killing of an individual or
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
usually results in a hanging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes there's tar and feathering as well.
It was very barbaric.
Very, very, very cruel and unnecessary on all accounts.
Yeah.
So that was in 1892. The concept of Columbus Day was conceived by the Knights of Columbus, a Catholic fraternal organization in the 1930s, because they wanted a Catholic hero. Congress passed a statute requesting the president to issue a proclamation each year designating October 12th as Columbus Day.
And that was 1934.
1934.
So they want it to be a national holiday when it has to do with religion.
Correct.
We have a thing that says separation of church and state.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for
But when you have
clarifying.
money and lobbyists,
Right.
anything can be.
Pretty much, which is why we just need to eliminate lobbying, period.
Mm-hmm.
Or here's another idea. You have Congress people wear jackets like NASCAR and have patches of everyone that's
Sponsors
them,
when
yes.
They get their,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then in 1937, Columbus Day became a national holiday by presidential proclamation. In 1971, the holiday was moved from October 12th to the second Monday in October, and the rest has been history. So, I hate Columbus.
Already?
Oh, I've hated him for years, but whenever they changed it to Indigenous Peoples Day, it was like 3-4 years ago.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah, very recent. Since I'm 100% Italian, I belong to these Italian groups on like Facebook. The outrage.
Really?
Oh my God. Oh.
Well, maybe these people need to listen to this episode.
Like, listen, you know me. When I'm right, I love being combative. I do not shy away from any fights. Even when I'm wrong sometimes, I'm going to fight till tooth and nail.
Yeah.
I had to stop because it was just so repetitive and just so stupid. Like,
Basically wasn't going anywhere.
no, I mean, like, not that I expected it would be, but it would just like always be someone new. And I'm just tired of having the same fight.
Yeah.
You know, but in the beginning it was so awesome.
You can't reason with stupid.
No, you can't. But I wanted to. All right. So the myth of Columbus. For centuries, Christopher Columbus has been portrayed as a brave explorer who discovered a new world. But this idealized image is far from the truth. Let's peel back the layers of myth and legend to reveal the real man behind the romanticized truth. The myth of Columbus as a heroic explorer is a dangerous one. It obscures the true nature of his actions and the devastating consequences for indigenous peoples. It's time to challenge this narrative and acknowledge the dark history of colonization. The real story starts before Columbus ever set sail for the East Indies. The funds generated for this grand adventure came from the seizure and sale of properties from Spanish Jews and Muslims by order of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. Oh, wait. Are you telling me that the Christians did more evil stuff back then?
Shocker, spoiler. Yeah.
Oh, no. And don't get me wrong, this is not all Christians. This is more the fundamentalism of Christianity.
At that time period.
And the church in general, not specifics to people. I just need to use that as a, not that I'm Catholic. And I'm going to keep saying I'm Catholic because it gives me a right to make fun of Catholics and talk out against them. And until the Pope says I'm not Catholic anymore, because he's the only one that could say I'm not Catholic and kick me out. So
I suppose
until then, I can say whatever I want about Christianity and Catholics. They're all idiots. So anyway, next, Columbus needed to recruit sailors to man his three-ship fleet to the Far East. Columbus offered a reward of 10,000 maravedis, or about $540, a sailor's yearly salary, for the first person to catch sight of land, and was able to secure a 90-man crew. When a sailor came forward in early October of 1492 and exclaimed he saw land, Columbus quickly retracted the reward he had previously offered and claimed the credit for himself by saying he had seen a dim light in the west first.
When you first said that, my first thought was like, he's making other people do the work for him. And then you went on and said that he claimed the credit. I'm like, yep, he made the work people do the work for him.
Yep. That's that. Number one, that's an Italian for you. Number two, that's a piece of shit of Italian for you.
So the movie Pocahontas, can't think of the bad guy's name.
Oh,
how he's like
Christopher.
The bigger dude that is in charge of everything at the very beginning. I can't think of his name, but he was lazy. Everyone was doing stuff for him. That was my thought process of Christopher Columbus during this time.
Yeah.
He just probably sat in his quarters in the ships.
Governor Ratcliffe.
There you go. Yeah.
I've never seen Pocahontas.
Oh,
I know. Sorry. So let's be real. Columbus's voyages were not driven by a noble desire to explore the unknown. His primary motivations were gold, glory, and religious conversion. He believed he could strike a deal with the Spanish crown, promising riches, resources, and the spread of Christianity in exchange for funding his expeditions. When Columbus finally reached the Americas in 1492, he was convinced he had landed in Asia. Upon arrival, Columbus and his expedition of weapon-laden Spaniards met the Arawaks, the Tainos, and the Lucayans. Impressed with the friendliness of the native people, Columbus seized control of the land in the name of Spain. Columbus's letters to the Spanish crown painted a rosy picture of his discoveries, exaggerating the riches and the ease with which he had conquered the land. The distorted narrative helped to solidify his reputation as a hero, but the reality was far more sinister. One of Columbus's writing regarding his initial encounter with the Arawaks that came to greet them noted the following: "They brought us parrots and balls of cotton and spears and many other things. They willingly traded everything they owned. They were well built, with good bodies and handsome features. They do not bear arms and do not know them. For I showed them a sword. They took it by the edge and cut themselves out of ignorance. They have no iron. Their spears are made of cane. They could have made fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want." He also helped himself to some locals. In his journal, he wrote, "As soon as I arrived in the Indies, on the first island which I found, I took some of the natives by force in order that they might learn and might give me information of whatever there is in these parts." His encounters with these indigenous peoples were marked by misunderstanding, violence, and exploitation. He believed he could enslave them and force them to convert to Christianity. His treatment of the indigenous people were brutal, and his actions set the stage for centuries of oppression and suffering. The Santa Maria, Columbus's flagship on its first voyage to America, ran aground by hitting a reef, because he's an idiot, off the Haitian coast, after the steersman and cabin boy fell asleep while Columbus was napping around Christmas in 1492. That's awesome.
Told you he's lazy.
He's lazy.
The Arawaks worked for hours to save the crew and cargo. The ship sank the following day. In the days that followed, Columbus ordered his men to force the natives to strip the ship's timbers to build him a fort on the island. After several months in the Caribbean on January 13th, 1493, 2 natives were murdered during a trade gone wrong. Columbus, who had otherwise described the natives as gentle people, wrote, "They are evil, and I believe they are from the island of Caribe, and they eat men." He also described them as savage cannibals with dog-like noses that drink the blood of their victims. It was journal entry that led to the Caribbean cannibal story that was and still is taught as fact in some of today's schools.
So one of his speculations turned into factual history just because he was pissed off at them.
That's crazy.
Don't understand why we ever celebrated this person.
I know. And it gets worse.
I mean,
it just makes no sense. And how like the Catholics chose this as a hero?
Oh
yeah.
Because we're stupid. I mean, listen. For a religion that doesn't believe in ideology and blood sacrifice, we wear crosses, we pray to the saints, and we follow the story that God gave himself to himself as a blood sacrifice.
Right. And we pretend like the wine is a blood during.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. In Catholic teach, we are taught and truly believe that at that moment of consecration that the wine actually turns into the blood of Jesus.
It's not just a belief. It's I can't remember.
Transmissions.
I don't know. It's got a technical Catholic-y term, but that it physically becomes his blood and his body.
Yeah. It's believed that it
not
truly,
a representation.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
So everyone's practicing cannibalism.
Okay, and necromancy. I mean, to everything that it teaches against, it practices.
Right.
Anyway, squirrel, ADD episode. When Columbus left the islands and returned to Castile, Spain, in early 1493 to bring back with him the spoils of his conquests, he also brought with him captured and enslaved natives. He left 39 of his men behind to keep an eye on things and ensure further progress. These 39 men also helped themselves to the native women. I mean, that was going to happen because they're just
when the cat's away,
fucking assholes. Columbus reports of having a plethora of natives for slaves, rivers of gold, and fertile pastures caused Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand to endow Columbus with 17 more ships and approximately 1,200 to 1,300 men. He was told to return to the islands and send back his riches. When he arrived back to the islands later on in 1493, he discovered all of his men were dead. Enraged with an army at his disposal, murder, rape, and pillaging became rampant and well tolerated by Columbus. This is supported by a reported close friend of Columbus, Michel de Courneuil, who wrote the first disturbing account of a relation between himself and a native female, a gift given to him by Columbus. While I was in the boat, I captured a very beautiful Carib woman, who they said Lord Admiral gave to me, and with whom, having taken her into my cabin, she being naked according to their custom, I conceived desire to take pleasure. I wanted to put my desire into execution, but she did not want it, and treated me with her fingernails in such a manner that I wished I had never begun. But seeing that, to tell you the end of it all, I took a rope and thrashed her well, for which she raised such unheard of screams that you would have believed, or that you would not have believed your ears. Finally, we came to an agreement in such manner that I can tell you that she seemed to have been brought up in a school of harlots. That is disgusting.
Right.
Holy shit. All right. Stressed and probably overwhelmed at being called on the carpet, Columbus now had to deliver on his claims to the monarchies. I said that on purpose like that. Monarchies instead of the monarchs. I did that on purpose. And things got much worse for the natives. Over the next few years, Columbus was desperate to fulfill those promises. Hundreds of native slaves died on their way back to Spain, and gold was not as bountiful as expected. He enslaved countless indigenous people, forcing them to work in gold mines and on plantations. He also instigated wars between rival tribes, pitting them against each other for his own benefit. Columbus's documented brutalities against indigenous peoples are extensive. Some of the recorded atrocities include the following. Those who opposed his demands or orders had their ears cut off or were beheaded. In the provinces of Sakeo, all persons over the age of 14 had to supply at least a thimble of gold dust over every 3 months and were given copper necklaces as proof of their compliance. Those who did not fulfill their obligation had their hands cut off, which were tied around their necks while they bled to death. Some 10,000 died handless.
How fucked up is that?
So, yes, that is really fucked up. What disturbs me even more is, how do you think of that?
That's exactly, how twisted is your brain to come up with that form of punishment?
Right. If you are killing these people or even punishing them by cutting their hands off, right? Let's just say somehow they survive, right? Let's just hypothetically say most of them survived, then died. How are they going to continue getting you gold with no fucking hands?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me. You know?
Just using fear as a tactic. There's no logic behind it.
No. Anyway, and you catch more. What is it? You catch more flies with sugar than with
bees with honey. Or
Bees with honey,
whatever the
yeah.
saying is. Yeah. All right. There have been several reports that the Spaniards would hold contests to test the sharpness of blades on native people by cutting them in half or beheading. Jesus Christ, or beheading them. There are also accounts of suckling. I don't think I could read this.
I know, it's really bad.
Is it
I'm telling you, it's bad.
This is okay.
He's a bad person.
All right. I don't know. I don't know what's next, but if you guys are sensitive to this,
Please use caution.
Skip ahead 15 seconds or something.
Viewer listening is advised.
There are also accounts of suckling infants being lifted from their mother's breasts by Spaniards, only to be hurled headfirst into large rocks, while still other reports of cruelty and murder include throwing natives into vats of boiling soap. In the early years of Columbus's conquest, there were butcher shops throughout the Caribbean where Indian bodies were sold as dog food. There was also a practice known as the Monteria Infernal, the infernal chase or manhunt, in which Indians were hunted by war dogs. These dogs, who also wore armor and had been fed human flesh, were a fierce match for the Indians. Live babies were also fed to these war dogs as sport, sometimes in front of the horrified parents. In addition to putting the natives to work as slaves in these gold mines, Columbus also sold sex slaves to his men, some as young as 9. Columbus and his men also raided villages for sex and sport. In the year 1500, Columbus wrote, 100 castellonios are as easily obtained for a woman as for a farm, and is very general, and there are plenty of dealers who go about looking for girls. Those from 9 to 10 are now in demand. The indigenous peoples were not passive victims. They desperately tried to resist Columbus's attempts to subjugate them, but their resistance was met with overwhelming force. Columbus and his men engaged in brutal warfare, slaughtering countless indigenous people and destroying their villages. Bartolome de las Casas, a former slave owner who became a bishop of Chiapas, described these exploits. Such inhumanities and barbarisms, thank you. Wasn't even starting it off correctly.
It's okay.
Barbarisms were committed in my sight as no age can parallel. My eyes have seen these acts so foreign to human nature that now I tremble as I write. In 2 years' time, approximately 250,000 natives were dead. Many deaths included that of the natives choosing mass suicide by intentional poisonings or mothers killing their babies to avoid further brutality and persecution.
Like they thought death was the better option.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I can't even...
To have to go to that as a mother, it's just heartbreaking.
I know.
I want time travel to be real. I will go back and beat the shit out of Christopher Columbus. And then, actually, I would bring him here. I would bring him to the current. I would put him in a hospital, wait for him to get out, put him back in the hospital, and I would just keep doing this cycle over and over again.
Bloody Benders, where
yes,
the guy was revived multiple times.
Yes,
yeah.
That's exactly what I would do to this motherfucker.
Or you just release him to the masses. Hey, woke America. Here is...
Are you kidding me?
Do you think they would hug him, or do you think that they would attack him?
I think there would be meetings about it, and there will be people calling for his head, and then there would be people saying, he's fine. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah. Well.
And like I've said before, some people don't belong to be on this earth.
Yeah.
So... All right. After a multitude of complaints against the colonial governor regarding his mismanagement of Hispaniola, a royal commissioner arrested Columbus in 1500. He was removed from his post and brought back to Spain in shackles to face the crown of Castile. He was subsequently stripped of his governor title, but that didn't last long. After a drawn-out litigation over his privileges, he and his heirs claimed were owed by the crown, and he was pardoned by King Ferdinand. The king then went to subsidize a fourth voyage in May of 1502 after getting stranded in Jamaica for over a year due to a hurricane and ship damage. He and what remained of his crew were finally rescued and returned to Spain in November of 1504. Columbus had always claimed that the conversion of non-believers was one reason for his explorations, and he grew increasingly religious in his later years. Columbus also went on to publish 2 books prior to his death. The Book of Privileges, detailing and documenting the rewards from the Spanish crown to which he believed he and his heirs were entitled, and the Book of Prophecies, in which passages from the Bible were used to place his achievements as the explorer in the context of Christian eschatology. In his later years, Columbus demanded that the crown of Castile give him his 10th of all the riches and trade goods yielded by the new lands. On 20th May 1506, aged 54, Columbus died in Valladolid, Spain. After his death, his heirs sued the crown for part of the profit from the trade with America, as well as other rewards. I wish he would have died, I don't know.
At the hands of the natives?
Let's see.
That would have been awesome.
I would say, I wish he died in 1491.
Yeah, before he set sail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he was pardoned and the king gave him another ship to go back. He lied to the king.
Yes.
He murdered all of these people.
Yes.
And then he sues the government, or him and his family, for all the riches and
But the
crap
king's
that he
I'll
took.
forgive you. Here's another boat.
Yeah.
What the actual...
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Spain in 1495.
If you think about
1500.
it, if that happened nowadays, there'd be riots everywhere for something like that.
I don't know. I think we're still broken now.
Oh,
we
yeah,
do really stupid things now.
Yeah, 100%. But not as stupid as this.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we're a little bit more, not much, we're a little bit more refined.
I don't know, man.
I mean, no, probably not.
But I think it's more like once you get to the point of hurting children, that's where people put their foot down on a lot of things. I think that's the one thing that will bring more people together is you hurt a child, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I disagree 100%. Look at women's reproductive rights, how they've gone away. People don't care what happens after birth to these children. You know what I mean?
And all the sex trafficking of
that
children,
was
human trafficking.
that was going to be
True.
point 2.
Didn't think about
People
that.
just think somebody else will take care of the issue.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. Somebody else will fix it.
Right.
And that's why the problem persists, because there's no
Exactly.
policing on any of that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's ridiculous because there's so much money to be made. It all goes back to
Right.
the almighty
Follow the money.
dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you follow the money, you can figure anything out.
Absolutely.
The problem is there's repercussions to following the money,
Right.
and exploiting
The squeaky wheel usually gets greased.
pretty much that, or the squeaky wheel just gets taken off and replaced by another wheel.
Yeah.
AKA look at the person who supposedly unalived himself in prison
Mm-hmm.
and the person who currently is now in prison
Mm-hmm.
for and going on trial. I mean,
Well, the first person who got unalived in prison, there was another one after that one
mm-hmm,
who also got unalived in prison.
mm-hmm.
And then now there's just
yeah,
a few fall guys.
Right.
That's all it is. It's a whole network. It's a whole syndicate of.
Right. And the problem, I've had this conversation with people who don't dive into the stuff that we dive into.
Yeah.
And I was upset when the guy technically unalived himself, and the people that I thought, oh no, well, good, I'm happy this person isn't alive anymore. I'm like, you're missing the point.
Right.
You're unaliving the drug dealer, but you're not finding the drug supplier.
Yep.
You know, like that's where we have to get to. And those people are very, very powerful
and elusive. Yeah.
And anyway, squirrel.
Yeah. Well,
no, I mean, it all, yeah, I think it all ties in. So while Columbus's legacy has been tarnished by his brutal treatment of indigenous peoples, a movement has emerged to challenge the celebration of Columbus Day. This movement has led to the creation of Indigenous Peoples Day, a day to honor and celebrate the cultures, histories, and contributions of indigenous peoples. The idea of replacing Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day began to gain traction in the 1970s. Activists and indigenous leaders argued that Columbus Day was a harmful reminder of the genocide, enslavement, and cultural destruction that had occurred at the hands of European colonizers. In 1992, the 500th anniversary of Columbus' arrival in the Americas, protests and demonstrations were held across the United States to demand the recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day. These efforts culminated in the official adoption of Indigenous Peoples Day by several cities, states, and institutions. Indigenous Peoples Day is more than just a symbolic gesture. It is a recognition of the resilience and strength of indigenous peoples who have endured centuries of oppression and continue to fight for their rights and their culture. It is a celebration of their contributions to society, from their knowledge of traditional medicine and agriculture to their artistic expressions and spiritual traditions. The movement to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day is ongoing. As more and more people become aware of the dark history of colonization, the momentum behind this effort continues to grow. Indigenous Peoples Day is a reminder that we must acknowledge the past, learn from our mistake, and work towards a more just and equitable future for all. So, this is an issue I have with people, is that some people and certain states have already passed this as law, that there are certain topics that can't be taught in school. A lot of it has to do with the American history of slavery.
Yeah.
And I disagree with that a lot, because you're wiping out a huge part of history that made this country into what it is today. It was wrong. Mm-hmm. It was horrible. And it's something that we need to keep in the forefront of our minds and our mentality, because it has changed the trajectory of so many different people's lives.
Right. And instead of avoiding the topic altogether, why aren't we telling? I mean, I understand age appropriate. Like, you don't have to go into the details that we did here with Columbus, but talk about what really happened.
Right.
Both sides of the story.
Right. Right.
Don't just remove it completely, banning books and stuff like that, and removing topics. Mm-hmm. And shadow banning people on the internet for talking about it,
trying to cover it up.
Right.
If you act like it never happened, you're just doomed to repeat the same thing. We learn from our history. That's a phrase that we've learned from a young age. That's the whole point of learning history.
Right. Right. I agree with all of that. I mean, it's amazing that in the land of the free, you can't read a certain book.
Right.
You know. We were going to say.
I was like, so that means like we can't learn about World War II, about all the brutality that happened then.
So this is
all the wrong things that happened then. Like,
so this is what's fascinating. I'm not sure if any of you have ever been to Germany.
No.
Neither have I. But for work, my aunt and her husband did. They were in Berlin. There are stones and plaques everywhere.
It's not just in Germany. They're all over Europe.
All over Europe, right.
The memorial plaques?
Yeah, more of this person died here,
right.
This person died there. And it's taught extensively in schools there. So to keep it in the forefront to where it's just never repeated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it makes a 12-year-old feel bad about themselves because their heritage is wound up in, slavery, that his ancestors did that. Well, okay, that's good. It's okay to feel bad. We live in a society that you're not allowed to feel bad anymore. It's okay to be sad at times.
Right.
It's not okay to be sad all the time, but it's okay to acknowledge the emotion, accept it, and then think it because you're
Right.
learning something from this
Right.
emotion.
They're basically learning sympathy. Like,
Sympathy, empathy,
Yeah.
anything. I mean, what are we're trying to turn ourselves into this, I don't know, this utopian.
Right. And you know what happens to utopias eventually?
They go crazy.
And they eventually crash and implode.
Right.
So,
I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I think all this should be taught. I think this should all be part of the essence.
Right.
Of this
is
country.
who you are. This is how we all came to be.
This is how this country got to where it's at.
Right.
Good, bad, or indifferent. This is where it is. It's the truth.
And you want to know why things are messed up today? This
Right.
is where we came from, and this is how far we've come or not come.
Right.
Yeah.
And people that say, well, this is also, it drives me crazy. People will be like, well, I just don't feel that way. Well, you know what? Your feelings have nothing to do with fact.
With what actually happened.
Yeah. This is factual information. There's no I agree or don't agree with it. It's a fact. It's
Right.
1 + 1 = 2. Guess
Right.
what?
Yeah.
I think it's 3. Oh, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just stupid and you should not be in this world anymore. I mean, so I think I'm saying I am anti-Columbus.
I think that's clear.
Is that clear
I
enough?
think we all should be.
no, I'm still trying to question your judgment over
All right.
there.
Well, yeah. So
Still trying to figure it out.
yeah. I mean, do I need to be any clearer? Should I write a poem?
Maybe.
I think you need to tattoo it across your forehead.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Columbus was an ass. Boo fucking who? Hey,
I like that.
hey, right? Yeah, that was right off the dome.
You
Right
should
there.
copyright that.
I can't. It's already in public.
Dang it.
I know. Oh well. Well, we've explored the dark history of Columbus Day, the myth of Columbus as a heroic explorer, and the rise of Indigenous Peoples Day. It is a complex story filled with pain, suffering, and injustice. As we reflect on this history, it is important to remember that the past is not simply a collection of facts. It is a living force that shapes our present and our future. By understanding the dark history of colonization, we can better appreciate the struggles and triumphs of Indigenous peoples. But understanding is not enough. We must also take action. We can support Indigenous rights organizations, advocate for the policies that protect Indigenous lands and resources, and educate ourselves and others about the history of colonization. By doing so, we can contribute to a moral, just, and equitable future for all. The story of Columbus is a reminder that history is not always written by the victors. It is a complex tapestry woven together by countless individuals, each with their own experiences and perspectives. By acknowledging the dark side of our history, we can begin to heal the wounds of the past and build a brighter future. So
tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day.
Tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day.
Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, people.
Yes. And if you are a Native American shaman, I would love to talk to you. I have been saying that for a long time, and I just want to learn more from you. That's all I got about that. Yeah, I think I've said enough.
Yeah, you've said
about everything else, but I kind of wanted to throw that out there because I would like to have an open, not even for the podcast. It's actually just for my own personal knowledge and curiosities, I guess. So, anything else from you two ladies? Is there anything else you guys want to add, say, touch? I don't know.
Yeah, if you like the dark history, we're happy to do more. Let us know. Shoot us an email.
Mm-hmm.
Give
There's
us
a lot more history to uncover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What she said.
Do you want to add anything to that, Bree?
No.
You are person of no words.
It's okay.
Of one word, actually. You're a person of one word. No.
No and yay and hi and.
God, I fucking hate you.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to Dark History.
Yeah. Columbus's Dark History.
A legacy of love.
Happy Indigenous Peoples Day to everyone. And thank you for listening to Fringe
Beyond
Limits.
Running a business means I wear lots of hats. Luckily, when it's time to put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn to make it easy. I can post a job for free or pay to promote it and get 3 times more qualified candidates. Imagine finding your next great hire in 24 hours. 86% of small businesses do. With LinkedIn, I can also easily share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. Post your free job at linkedin.com/Pandora. That's linkedin.com/Pandora. Terms and conditions apply.
I was unskilled, and you trained me. I was forgotten, and you reached out to me.
I was fatherless, and you nurtured me.
I was broken, and you mended me.
As Jesus says, whatever you do for the least of these, you do unto me. Support a child in His name through Compassion International at compassion.com/unto me.